everybody.
All right, let's
What's
try
up?
this again.
Eric, it's
This is
great
the first
to see
time
you.
we can go live.
Yeah, I don't think I was live the first time.
Oh.
You might have been waiting for me to hit the button, but I didn't do it.
It's okay. We're here for the Wrestling Through the Years podcast. A big episode, part 2 of the Lethal Lottery, baby. We had so much fun last week. Sadly, Clineth won't be joining us, which does suck because
Sadly.
Well, I enjoy his company.
He's an idiot.
I did too.
We have the wheel. 200 names on the wheel that have not been hit yet, have not even been talked about. We have 200 names to go through, 5
I'm
matchups
waiting
tonight.
to see how easy it's going to be to share it on the screen.
It should be pretty easy. I know how to do it now.
Oh, okay.
You just click it like that, share screen.
Yeah.
And then pick that.
Yeah.
So there's the wheel right there for everybody.
And I can see it now.
So that will be the wheel. It's hard. I mean, I wish I could zoom in for people. I don't think they'll really see the names, but they'll see the name when it pops up.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm seeing
And
that.
that's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, wait. I don't think we put Cena on the wheel, did we?
I think Cena's on the wheel. I think I put him there. Yeah, he's number 1 on the fucking wheel.
Oh.
It's the first name I typed. You weren't downstairs yet, though, so I give you a pass.
No, thank you.
But you're technically not on the show, but I give you a pass. Keeping Doug in the frame is the hardest thing since we've gone video. Mindy has no problem. I think it's just because our heads are too big.
Well, it's because you and Mindy just have like one screen. Because we have a Goofaloop over here.
Oh, yeah.
So,
It shouldn't be bad, though. We should be fine.
yeah, we're fine.
So we're here. A lot happened this week. Not necessarily like there was some cool wrestling angles this week. There was a couple things here and there, but the big news that dropped and the big thing that dropped was the Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix.
Yes.
Eric, did you get to check it out at all, or?
Not yet. I think I'm gonna wait until my brother comes home and we'll watch it together.
Okay.
So, are you going to do it in true Vince McMahon style? The two of you are going to oil each other up and watch it?
Oh gosh.
'Cause that's how
Oh.
Vince is probably watching it right now with Laurinaitis.
That's what me and Doug did.
With banana cream pies.
All I will say, because do you guys have workers of the week? I didn't watch much wrestling.
I didn't watch much wrestling either.
I really don't have one. I thought Grand Slam sucked, to be honest with you.
It was a
Other
little.
than Nigel and Brian, but I haven't watched that match yet, so I guess I could say Brian
Yeah,
or Nigel.
I was happy for the guy.
I think that's his last match. I think he said thank you at the end because I watched the end. I watched like the last 5 minutes.
You
But
did?
I'm definitely going to go back and watch it.
All right. I like it. I'm just gonna react to it right away. We're 4 episodes deep, where we kind of started the 5th, but not really deep enough yet. All I will say is there was somewhat. I don't like to call us historians because like every wrestling fan thinks they know a lot of shit. Doug truly knows a lot of fucking shit.
Yes, he
no,
does.
Most of the names on the
He
on the
might
wheel
not.
here.
He might not tell you, but everybody that's ever contacted with him will tell you that he knows his fucking shit and he can rattle off dates and reigns and all this shit. Very Jim Cornette like with the memory. Me, I like a lot, and I remember a lot of the shit too. My memory is not as it's a little more shot than Doug's. I can't fucking tell you who won in 1982 on off Tuesday. But I can still rattle you the
Tony
big.
Atlas.
I still know all the big moments in history and a lot of shit. So we're students of the game, so we know Vince McMahon's a piece of shit. That's basically what I'm getting at. Before going into this documentary, I already knew he was a piece. Even not, and you don't know somebody until you meet him. I always stand by that. But from what I've seen as a wrestling fan growing up and the real life that he's let me see, not a great guy. Some of the business practices, some of the controversies, and it's really put to light in here. And they're really setting him apart, and I really think they're really going to plow into him soon. They're already starting to, but he has taken no accountability in 4 episodes for any wrongdoing that he has ever done. It was kind of the stage for him to be like, well, I felt bad about that one, but it was no regrets. Like, no regrets. And, like, he was very like, no, fuck them all. I don't give a shit. You know, like the Owen Hart shit. He's like, if it was my body, I'd say fucking keep the show going. Fucking it had like, and he's like, it wasn't even our fault, brother. Like, I understand if the harness was faulty, you fucked up, you sued the I get it. You had him up there doing this super stupid shit, not the main event, not the fucking. A lot of people think you were making fun of him. And you had him up there, and he was in your care doing a job for you, and he fell under your fucking watch. It's it is your fault. No matter what I get it, and to protect the company, to protect the bit, whatever the fuck. But you cannot say that the WWE is not under any fault for Owen Hart's death. That is an asinine statement to say. Whether it's a fucked up harness or not, you guys should have checked it 30 times. You should have figured it out. A man died under your watch. It's your fault.
On live pay-per-view.
On live pay-per-view in front of all these people that are scarred for life now because they just watched a man die.
Yep. And you continued the show.
The show goes on, pal.
Most companies would have stopped it.
Dude, Jeff Jarrett was great friends with him. You have him wrestling around his blood in the next match. You're a piece of shit. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. And this has always been information. I've always known it. This isn't just fucking, oh, I watched this documentary and I'm hot about it because it got reignited, but I've always known it since a kid because, you heard about the Owen Hart stuff. And Jeff Jarrett was good friends with him. And now you have him cutting a promo about Deborah's titties. And, like, you see Deborah's face, and she's so uncomfortable, and she's crying, and it's like, it's cringy. It's hard to watch. Because Jeff's like, Owen, I'm praying for you, buddy. And fucking, you see the heartbreak in his eyes. And it's like, and they're pushing the gurney. But, like, you don't see it on video, obviously, but they're pushing the gurney past the boys. And now they're like, Jeff cut a promo. And he's fucking, and Deborah's sitting there, I'm praying for you too. And then he's like, but those titties are mine, those puppies are mine. He's talking about the puppies. And fucking, she's sitting there trying not to cry. That is real life. You need to shut down the show and everybody needs to go home. And he's still, no regrets, was what he said in this doc. I don't know if it was about that specific occasion, but he did say no regrets a few times. And it's like, bro, have some regrets. It's all right to be sorry for a couple of things. We've all done wrong. Yeah, it's fucked up. So it's little shit like that. Like, and don't get me wrong, still one of the biggest geniuses. I've enjoyed his product forever. I was always a WWE kid. I became a WCW adult and an old school, like more as I grew up, Ruthless Aggression, even when that was a down period in the business, I fucking loved it. I grew up with it. I loved it. I went back, watched Attitude Era, watched all that stuff, and I loved all of it. I've always loved Vince's creation. He's one of the biggest geniuses in pro wrestling. If you have a top 5, it's him, Paul, Cornette, Eric, and I don't know who else. Maybe Kevin Sullivan. But he is, and he's the best businessman that wrestling has ever seen. I'll give him that. Yes. But to say that he's a good human being is kind of hard. It's a little hard.
Oh, I'll never say.
I know you'll never say. But that's my thought. It's rough shit and it's fucked up shit. And you feel bad for the people that he screwed and burnt. And just the fact that they're like, Vince, are you like, you're complaining about Eric Bischoff trying to take you down, and you said it was personal, kind of. But you were just competing when you took the territories out? He's like, yeah, I was just competing. So it's like, dude, it's not the same thing. You don't think it's no. How? It's the same thing. Yours was worse. You actually put people out of business. Eric just kind of threatened you a little bit. The families and lives actually got changed from him fucking taking over the territories and going national and fucking everybody over.
Well, and here's the thing. And he's not a good person. When you have somebody who has done as much wrong as he has, but he refuses to apologize and all that, he's going to hell. The only reason why he's still alive is because Satan is down there afraid that Vince is going to take over hell when he gets there.
Yes. And listen, this has always been a wrestling podcast where we talk about the wrestling and do not get into the personal behind the Montreal screw. We don't really do that shit because there's enough of that. There's enough dirt sheets, and we are more of a wrestling review of the old school and working the way. We are
wrestling
more
fan podcast.
Yes, it's way more of a just loving the art of wrestling than talking about the backstage shit because that's not. There's so much of that. That's not what we do that much here. But when you put it out in front of me on film, on a documentary, you know I'm going to watch it. You want me to watch it. You want the number. I know Vince doesn't anymore. He made a whole statement, but he participated.
Yeah.
So it's out in front of me because I'm not a guy that likes to comment on shit that I don't really know like that. If I like, it's just like, yes, it's all been out there and talked about on podcasts and stuff, but no one knows the real story, but the real people involved. But when you're showing me all the information here and you're expecting me not to like, what is he like? This did not make him look good at all. And I know why he made the statement and I know what he likes because I've watched WWE documentaries my whole life and I know his vision and I know that he is fucking Jesus Christ in that world.
Yeah.
And he's always got to control his own story. And the one time that he didn't, he's really pissed off about it. Yep. And it's making him look very bad.
When did when did they start filming this? Before
21, 22. So it's not even, you can't even say it's just because of the allegations because all these interviews were done before the allegations.
So none of that is obviously not in this document.
They address it like in writing about it and stuff. And they talk about it a little bit. And I think they might talk about it at the end, but all the interviews with Vince and the majority of like Triple H and all that were beforehand. So
basically during the pandemic.
Yeah, it's like 21, 22 is what I heard. And you can tell because he looks old as fuck. It's before the fucking stash, but he looks pretty old and hurt. Besides that, the editing's great. The people that they got to do it is fantastic. The fact that you have Vince there with Mushnick, with fucking Meltzer, with fucking Cena and Rock and all these huge names
Austin.
And critics and Austin and you have everything. You know what I mean? It's not just like listening to a podcast with Cornette talking about it or listening to a shoot interview with some guy that was a part of something or Vince Russo taking credit for everything.
Hogan's in it, right?
Huh?
Hogan's in it?
Yeah, Hogan's in it.
Hogan's in it, yeah. Even Cody made it. Cody made the cut.
Wow.
Which I like my boy. Which he hasn't had much screen time.
No, not at all.
Because they brought up Dusty maybe being the Hogan for them, and he was like, Dad didn't want it. and then that was it. But yeah, that's my react. Do you have any strong reactions?
So a couple of reactions here. Is this one, again, like you said, he's not going to take accountability for his actions. And two, he's not like like the people that that were interviewed for this. Tony Atlas, I feel like, was the MVP.
Oh my God, yes.
And like when they're talking about like some of the scandals or whatever, but
100% amazing.
I mean, I have enjoyed what I've seen so far. From a point, it's a really good docuseries. But as far as Vince goes, like you could have not had Vince in the documentary, and it would have been a lot more accurate.
Yeah, but I think it was good for people to see his hypocrisy finally, like right in front of you.
Well, yeah, they finally have the proof, as if they didn't already, how big of a piece he is.
And Tony Atlas was the MVP just because he contradicts literally everything. Like everything that somebody says, fucking the whole shit about the father segment and Vince. I'm really glad I had the chance to love my father. And then right after it cuts to Tony Atlas, I don't think he even liked his father. Like right after. And well, I won't say the Pat Patterson stuff because I think you can watch the documentary if you really want to see that. But the whole Pecker thing with Tony Atlas, just immediately after everybody cleared Pat's name, he grabbed my Pecker.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
can't wait to watch it. So
yes, it's a very good doc.
we talk about somebody grabbing somebody's pecker, and Eric's like, "Oh yeah, I'm on board."
yeah, I'm
no,
in. Now, I will. Last thought on this. I know I always hated him.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's because I'm getting older and more bitter. I have grown to love Bret Hart. I don't know why, and I've gone back and watched some matches
I
too.
hope he gets drawn. Did we put Goldberg on the wheel?
Goldberg's on the wheel.
Oh, good.
You want Goldberg and him on the same?
Yeah, I do.
You're a piece.
I think it would be funny.
It would be funny, but
I think it
I
would
just
be funny,
love
too.
how he's become this. I don't give a fuck about anything, and I'm gonna say whatever I want. Like he's gotten to the. He's like, I don't know anybody shit. I'm the most fucked over man in the business, and no offense to Logan Paul, he is one of the most tremendous talents in the. And I know his like watching the history and knowing the history of the business has been questioned. The only thing I will say is when he makes a statement like, why is Bret Hart so bitter? You need to know some shit, brother.
Yeah.
Because Bret Hart has probably been through the most of it. Yes, he does complain a lot. Yes, he is super bitter. These are all absolute truths. But he also was screwed out of something he loved in his dream in front of his fucking crowd and in front of like in Canada and fucking and then his brother fucking
Yep.
under
I was
your
gonna bring that up,
watch,
yep.
under WWE's watch, fucking his brother, and then Goldberg kicks his fucking skull in. So it's like at a certain point, those are three pretty good bulletin points on why he's bitter. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's
Exactly.
he's got every right to be bitter almost. So and I
Exactly.
love that he just talks as much shit as possible. And he's just fucking he's like fuck them all.
Does he have his own podcast? I feel like he shouldn't.
No, he just shows up in different people's stuff and
Yeah.
talk shit. The one part I really feel bad for him though, and I was like, he believes this shit, and he is a guy that's like trapped and like he loved this shit when he's like, I was a true artist, because he straight up said that. He said I was a true artist, and it's like he really like this was everything to him, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why the fucking screw job hurts him still so much.
All right.
Let's get to the wheel. 200 names on this thing, guys.
Oh my god.
Me and Doug went to work on this thing, and we got a
You have Randy and Orton as two different.
son of a bitch. All right. Thanks.
Is there another Randy you can use?
No. Well, no. Wait, why do we have 190? Oh, that was our 200 was Orton.
Oh, I got one.
You're not typing it. Who is it?
Lord Regal.
Can you just call him William? All right.
I like him as the lordship.
Oh, we're spinning the wheel, guys.
Well,
Who was our first
Come
name
on,
for
John
the lethal
Cena.
lottery?
here we go.
John Cena. Okay.
Barbarian.
I did this in 20 minutes.
Barbarian.
For anybody that didn't see the show, by the way, let's explain a little bit. The lethal lottery we're doing.
We went right to it, didn't we?
We didn't fuck around with this thing.
All right.
All right. Yeah, you explain.
All right.
I was
So,
bitching about the Vince thing.
so we have a wheel here. We're gonna spin it. We're gonna do tag team matches. 2-man team. So we're gonna do 5 matches today
For the lethal lottery.
for the lethal lottery. And what we're going to do is we're going to debate it and we're going to decide which team moves on. And so the 3 of us are each going to have a vote, and it's good that it's an odd number because then there's no chance of ties, even though we love having Clineth here. And then they move on to the lethal lottery. Last week we had 10 men move on to the lethal lottery in the 5 matches. They were, I believe, The Miz and Dean Malenko.
Yep.
Xavier Woods and John Morrison.
That was a tie, I think, right? That was the tie one.
We have The Miz, Dean Malenko, Rick Rude, Jimmy Garvin, Perry Saturn, Eddie Guerrero, Damian Priest, Barry Windham, Xavier Woods, and the Shaman of Sexy John Morrison.
All right.
That's who's in Battle Bowl right now.
Okay. So they're in Battle Bowl right now. Now we're going to have 60 men in Battle Bowl altogether.
Yes. 10 men will be joining them today. 5 matches.
Yes. So 5 matches already. The Barbarian has already been selected.
Yes.
So let's find out who the next
Tag
man
team
is.
partners.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Goldberg.
It'd be funny if Haku was in it. Or
Oh, it almost hit John Cena.
Lex Luger, the total package. All right. This is a power team. Very interesting team. They have had matches against each other multiple times in WCW. Never really on the same side, except for they both were managed by Jimmy Hart in WCW at one time, at the same time.
Couple of big boys.
Couple of big guys. So it'll be a lot of power on this team. Might be able to get along if you can convince. Well, you'll be able to convince Barbarian to get along with you more than you would Haku.
Yeah, I love this pick. What do you think, Eric? We've sung Luger's praises a lot. I'm a huge Lex Luger guy, and I'm glad that he made the Lethal Lottery.
Yeah, I like this. I like this team. I think
Right out the box.
Yep. Lex Luger and I think they
Barbarian.
Barbarian. Unless they face another power team, I think I'm gonna pick them.
Yeah, I mean, these are 2 formidable forces to go up against. I mean, if I was the tag team champions, I'd be a little scared.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Who are we going to get here?
Wheel of Justice. Ultimate Warrior. Oh! Well, we might have a power team.
Oh, good Lord.
Man, the myth, the legend, King Kong Bundy, ladies and gentlemen. Main event of WrestleMania 2, Steel Cage, Hulk Hogan. That's, to me, his biggest claim to fame, probably.
Yeah. Former member of the $1 Million Corporation has actually gone against Lex Luger at Survivor Series 94, actually pinned Luger at Survivor Series. So a little bit of history here. I can't wait to see who his partner is because he hates everybody.
Let's see.
Bam Bam.
Huh?
Is he still with us?
King Kong?
Yeah.
No, he passed away a couple years ago.
All right.
All right, who we got?
Bam Bam.
Uh-oh.
Holy shit. Oh, my.
Oh, good Lord. right out the box.
This is a
Wow.
hell of a matchup, huh, Eric?
Yes. You got 3 strong guys and 1
Bitch.
bitch.
Who's the bitch?
Punk.
Oh, yeah. But listen, the cult of personality. I go through my peaks and valleys with him. I have shit on him in this show. I have, caressed the ball sack, if you will. I have spoke his praises, and I've also called him out on shit.
Yep.
I love CM Punk though. As a fan, when I was starting to fall out of love with wrestling as a kid in middle school, and it's like, this shit ain't worth it. Nobody likes it. It ain't cool. I can't talk about it at school or I'll fucking get stuffed in a locker. Like fucking CM Punk came out, and CM Punk really made it cool again. And with the mic drop and the pipe bomb and the fucking the Summer of Punk, and I was fully bought in, and I love CM Punk. I was my favorite switch to CM Punk. I was a Batista guy. Batista had the heel run. I was still with him. He left, and I started looking around and like, oh, CM Punk. And CM Punk was the man.
Heyman guy.
I know you love him. So what's your thoughts on Punk being on this team, Eric?
Yeah, I've had my ups and downs with Punk too. But yeah, I think this is an interesting team, but I don't think I am going to choose CM Punk and King Kong Bundy.
All right.
This is a hard one. This is a really hard one because you do have listen, if we're talking, yes, power-wise, maybe CM Punk's the bitch, but like in the GOAT list of like, if we're ranking who are the best wrestlers, Barbarian's at the bottom. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So here's my thing, and this is why my vote is going to go this certain way, right?
Yes.
King Kong Bundy, for as long as he was alive, talked about how when the smaller guys started being the guys on top, the wrestling business went to shit. Because to him, only big guys could draw money. He goes, if you are this, and this is an actual quote, if you are the size of my shits, then you can't draw shit.
Yeah.
Because he actually has said, because he's gotten, and because he's had arguments where like Chris Jericho has said stuff, and he's like, look, he goes, I don't have a problem with Chris Jericho, but I could poop out Chris Jericho.
Well, yeah, but Battle Bowl teams beef all the time, and they still win. This is a team that is very skilled. You have the power of, but hear me out, because I see where this is going, and I'm honestly kind of on the other side. Bundy, yes, the other team has the power. Bundy is big enough to match that power. He can neutralize that. And now you have some in-ring skill with CM Punk. If CM Punk comes in quick while Bundy's beating the shit out of Barbarian and hits him with the GTS, it could be good night, Irene. I do think that this team has a lot more potential than we're giving it. Like, this isn't a squash match. This is a good match.
No, it's a good match, but the issue is that I don't think Bundy and Punk can get along long enough to win the match.
Vader and fucking Cactus were beating the shit out of each other and they still won.
Yeah, but their partners, but their opponents were Stevie Ray and Charlie Norris. I mean, like Bundy and Punk, they got to deal with Luger and the Barbarian. I will say that I don't think Luger could get Bundy up in the rack.
Okay.
You can get CM Punk in the rack.
Yeah. So I
could see CM Punk.
I know where you're going. Make your vote. We're supposed to disagree.
My vote is going to go with Barbarian and Luger just because I feel like even though they might not get along, they're going to get along at least a little better than Bundy and Punk.
I guess I'm the tiebreaker.
All right. Yeah, I'm voting. Eric's going to be the tiebreaker, and he's either going to make Doug like him a little more tonight or hate him even more. Because I'm going CM Punk and King Kong Bundy. I think that they can. I love Lex Luger, and I think that, and I love him in a team with the Barbarian, but that is not a balanced team. That is a team that's going to gas after 5 minutes. Once Bundy gasses, Punk can get in there and pick up what's left of the big fucking hulking men. So I think that King Kong Bundy and CM Punk is a better team than one might expect. Eric, go ahead and break this thing. Because we don't have Clint this week, so we're going to be controversial and argue it.
Yeah.
I'm going with Lex Luger and Barbarian. I just like that team better.
No. All right.
I just like that team a little bit more.
Let me type on that.
Well, and here's the thing, and it's basically, again, for me, it's because of the clash, I guess, in personalities. And if Punk clashes with you personally, he's not going to work with you.
I don't know. He clashed with Randy, and then they put on a great match at WrestleMania.
I'm talking about like as a partner, because that's the way like that would work.
Okay.
So
you're making Eric crack open a beer here. All right. So
yeah, and he agreed with me.
he's just trying to get back on your fucking good side. Lex Luger, Barbarian.
I mean, it's a good way to start.
What are those biscuits? All right, we have 2 more names in the Battle Bowl. We have Lex Luger and Barbarian.
Just got screwed over just like Kurt Hennig did last week.
Yeah, that's a big name to not make to the Battle Bowl. That's pretty crazy.
We had to make room for Barbarian.
Yeah, thank God. Well, I tried. All right. You want to shuffle it? Should we shuffle the names?
Yeah.
There we go.
I think Clint would have agreed with you, Daniel.
Yeah, I think he would have too, and I miss him. See money come back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, second match of Battle Bowl. Our first entrant. Let's see him.
That was a hell of a first draw. That was a good way to start this thing.
That was a great
And
one.
who
Ooh.
is?
Ooh.
Oh boy!
Lord. Well, we're not getting a lot of technique. This one.
Well, they just get bigger.
Yeah, and worse in the ring.
Yeah.
Great Khali. I love the Punjabi Playboy, but but
Oh, wait, technically, if we sing it a little bit, are we gonna get copyrighted? Because we've already
Nah.
got hit once.
No, we're fine as long as we
We're
don't
fine.
show video. Great Khali he might be the drizzling shits in the ring, but he's a good member to have on your tag team. He can chop the fuck out of some of these guys, and he's a formidable force. So I think with the right partner, Khali could advance very well.
Yeah, we'll see who his partner is. The right partner and probably the right opponents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
I'm
it's
not a
these-
fan of Great Khali, so
If it's
That's
these two
it.
against Gilbert, because I did put Gilbert on the list, then
let's go Goldberg.
Goldberg. You want Cena or Goldberg, right?
Goldberg.
Let's see who we get, guys. Who is the Great Khali's partner?
That's a good question.
Who better? This is what Clint Cutler would do.
Great Khali and Canyon. You talk about opposite sides of the spectrum.
Yeah. Who better than Canyon? Mortis. This is an interesting team. And Canyon is very good in the ring. Very good. No matter what John Cena will tell you on the Howard Stern show. Canyon was very good in the ring, and his technique was fucking excellent. So
I don't think we put Flair on the list.
I put him on the list. Woo!
All right.
Canyon and Great Khali could actually get some work done. That's a big giant to beat the hell out of people, and then you got Canyon to come finish up the job and maybe hit a couple Canyon cutters.
Yeah. So this team, depending on who the opponents are, this team could definitely advance. And then if Khali gets in a battle bowl, he can definitely do some damage.
All right, let's see who these two are going against.
All right, here we go.
The
Let's go
first
Kane.
Kane. Oh my God.
Dags and the Nasty Boys.
Have a nasty boy.
All right, this is going to be. Oh, I can't wait to see who his partner is, and it's got to be somebody good because there is no way he's going to be able to go up against Khali.
Yeah, if he's the power against Khali, we might be in trouble. But I love Jerry Sags.
Oh,
We met him. He was a beautiful man.
I do too.
He's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
The Nasty Boys are infamously one of my favorite tag teams of all time. Yeah, I like Jerry Sags getting pulled. Let's see who's going to be next door.
Maybe it'll be the luck of the draw. We'll get knobs.
That would be insane. Oh my God, is it the best? Oh no!
Oh Lord! Well, former rivals. They're not necessarily best of friends.
No, this is. I love this, and this is insane that this happened because there's only so many tag teams, but this is the Battle Bowl like shtick. This is like what it was made for because this is what they did in WCW is put in a guy from a different team with another guy from a different team and watch the dynamic. That's what Battle Bowl is about.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
So the fact that we have two rivals kind of teaming together, this is definitely unique. Now, again, I don't know how they'd be able. They could win the match if they kept Kangen in the ring.
Yeah. Well, because this is a powerhouse duo. That's what this is a powerhouse duo. And if they can single out Canyon and maybe chop Khali at the knees, they could very well get the job done. Animal and Sag's chances are better than you might expect because I like Road Warrior Animal. He's a powerhouse. He's a beast. He's part of the greatest tag team of all time. Put him against with the Nasties, and the best nasty. No
Yeah.
offense to Knobs, but Sags is the hardcore champion, right? Or no, that was Knobs. But, okay, Knobs is the
But Sags was always the one that could sell.
yeah, Sags could sell. We'll see what happens. What do you guys think?
So you got the two best of their tag teams as a tag team.
Yes.
Animal was better than Hawk, right?
Yes.
I mean, my opinion, yeah. Even though everybody says that Hawk was the better seller.
No, Hawk is my favorite, but Animal was better in the ring.
Yeah.
But Hawk was the promo. No, what a rush.
Yeah.
And all that. That's Hawk. But he was the fucking man, and he was off the rails. Animal, that's is Laurinaitis. He's Joe Laurinaitis. He's John Laurinaitis' brother. And he can go in the ring. And let's not forget him and Heidenreich did some damage. So he can go with another bigger guy and get the job done. And someone that's a little uncontrollable too. So he could very well put his feelings aside for the nasties and get the job done with Sags.
Yeah. So this is interesting. So Kali is not necessarily known for tag team. And Kangan, I don't know if Kangan and Kali could get along. But man, this is hard.
It's extremely hard. I'm gonna go ahead and put my vote. I'm gonna go Animal and Sags. I think they're a more well-rounded team.
I'm going to agree with you just because I feel like they're tag team veterans. And even though they might not get along, I think they can do something to kind of isolate Kali and pin King.
That's a great point. These are two of the best tag teams of all time in my book.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I do think that they could put their feelings aside. What do you think, Eric?
Clean sweep.
All right, clean sweep. All right. Let me write it down.
I mean, a great match. Wouldn't it be something if Hawk and Knobs ended up teaming together later on?
This is just the second match.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
I mean, this was a heck of a draw.
It would have been funny if we got Hawk and Knobs versus Animal and Sags.
My buddy might be joining us here.
Okay.
Oh, God, that means there's a possibility for a tie. This guy's worse than Clint.
Well, I have the Facebook ready.
Well, we'll do match number 3 first, and then we'll see what happens.
All right.
Let's go back to the wheel. We might even do an extra match with him. Fuck it.
It works for me. This is funny because, I feel like we're already starting to hit the big names. We really didn't. I mean, we hit kind of big names last week, but they're getting bigger this week.
Well, CM Punk's definitely the biggest draw so far, and he didn't even make it, which is crazy. The biggest star we've drawn did not make it. So that's how we're really, viewing this thing is what's the more compatible team? What can really get the job done? It's everybody's own criteria. You can go if you think he's a bigger star. You can vote on however you want to vote, Eric. So can I, so can Doug.
Exactly.
But we're kind of leaning in the same direction, I think.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to shuffle it again.
Come on, Cena.
You want Cena?
One of these weeks, we're going to get Cena.
I'm going to go Tommy Dreamer.
I'd like to see Sting get drawn.
Sting and Cena together.
Let's see. It almost was Okada. It was almost Okada, which I couldn't wait to say bitch, but not calling him one, but that's my favorite quote that he does. Chuck Palumbo, Billy and Chuck, the New Blood,
Natural
Born Thrillers. That's the team with Jindrak.
He
the
teamed
Mortars.
with O'Hare.
He teamed with O'Hare?
Yeah.
Who
Yep.
did Jindrak team with?
he at first teamed with O'Haire. So Palumbo was with Stasiak, Jindrak was with O'Haire, and then they kind of switched.
Okay.
Palumbo went with O'Haire.
Okay. All right. It wasn't good anyway. I mean, well, no, they were kind of good, but WCW at the time was in the hole. All right. And Motorcycle Chuck. Motorcycle Chuck was kind of fun,
Yeah.
even though it's like, dude, don't be the Undertaker. So he's not coming on.
Okay.
Chuck Palumbo is a curious case, and he is somebody, he's a big, strong, stocky guy. He was very green when he first showed up, but by the time he, kind of exited the business, he was actually pretty polished
Yeah.
and not too bad in the ring. So Chuck Palumbo, if with the right partner, can get it done.
Yep.
Not the
I agree
biggest
with that.
name we've drawn, but one of those ruthless aggression era, like they could have done more,
Yeah.
I think that Goldberg would be a good tag team partner here.
Let's see. Are we getting Goldberg?
Or even Kane.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
I don't see this team working. Like, I love the Hacksaw.
I love him too.
But this
Do
is.
you love Chuck Palumbo?
Well, that's the thing, is that, like, can the styles mesh?
I don't think so. Well,
No.
well, these are like they're both big guys again. Something like that. But Chuck Palumbo is he's been in a tag team. Billy and Chuck were the champions. Jim Duggan, an old school hero, one of the best Golden Era wrestlers. But I don't think that they can't not do. They can beat the right team. I don't give up hope. I know some of the names we wrote on this wheel. If they get fucking Tiger Ali Singh and Gilbert, then I think they can go.
Come on, Quang.
All
Come on,
right.
Jimmy Wang.
Who is there? We didn't do him. Who's the one? I can add him. No, I'm not fucking with it. Who is the next name on the list?
Come on, Cena.
Hopefully it's not Cena. I want Hacksaw to have a shot here.
Spin the wheel. Oh. They don't have a shot.
Not a.
This is a big name, guys.
Poor Hacksaw.
One of my favorites.
This is match 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already know who I'm choosing. It's not even.
Well,
He doesn't even have his partner yet.
listen, he can still lose this in my book. I'm not calling it a wash yet. Eric's calling it a wash. I'm not calling it a
Well,
wash
Eric's
yet.
also an idiot.
He's a bit of a dummy, but no, he's not an idiot. He's a fucking. Well, yeah.
To each their own.
We love him. But Kevin Owens, to each their own again, right?
Yeah. Well, we do.
I'm a big
love
Kevin
him.
Owens guy, so that's why.
You are a big Kevin Owens
Yeah.
guy. And listen, I am too.
So am I. But also too, like, I want to see who his partner is first, because I do think Hacksaw. If Kevin Owens draws like a Tiger Ali Singh, Hacksaw and Palumbo have a shot here.
100%.
Is Sami Zayn here?
We should have added him. Yeah.
Yeah, Sammy's out here. We
Okay.
could draw Sammy. If he gets a bad partner, he can still lose.
Okay.
Let's
That's
spin
fair.
the wheel. Well, I mean, it's not. That's just my criteria. You can still vote the way you want to. Oh, yeah, they don't have a shot. Yeah, I don't think anybody.
Two of my favorites. It's already a clean sweep for me. It's already a sweep for me.
I know where Eric stands. Eric, give us your Okada, and what do you? I know you love this team, so give us a couple
I
minutes.
think some sticky stuff just went on Eric's screen.
Well, Okada is one of my favorites, obviously. Not because he's Asian, but maybe that's part of it. But yeah, he's one of the best. His AEW run is so right now, but that's not here or there. But his New Japan stuff is he's one of the best New Japan wrestlers of all time. And then Owens, what else is there to say? One of the best Ring of Honor, independent wrestlers, and one of the best WWE underrated performers.
Yes. Okada. He is really good. I know you think he's a bit overrated, Doug, but I love him. I've loved him in AEW. I love that he's the straight man in that elite group, and he's kind of just like, and when he's like, bitch, like it's just, he is hilarious. He's great in the ring. When they really want to show that, they will, and he will, and he's put on great matches. I love the Rainmaker.
Yeah. Yep. By the way, when you say he's the only straight man in the elite, I mean, it's basically because he's the only man in the group that doesn't suck penis. But as far as this match goes, Okada and Owens, probably two of the better wrestlers today.
Yes.
Palumbo and Duggan, I love Hacksaw, but I'm going to give the vote to, even though I hate Okada. Yeah. He is severely overrated, but I will give the devil his due. Him and Kevin Owens, again, if they can get along, would make a hell of a team.
And Kevin's been working with a lot of baby faces lately, and Okada's not a baby face right now, but I think those two could get together and make some magic, and the other team's just pretty bad.
Yeah, because there's really they're not going to mesh well together.
Yeah.
So
it's no, I mean, both guys are good.
Yeah. Just they wouldn't make a good team.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go for Owens and Okada myself. Brett's trying to call in, so we'll see if our old friend of the show, Jelly, we'll see how the audio is, but let's not wait for him. Keep talking.
All right. Well, it's Eric's turn.
Oh, I'm going with Okada and Owens.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got to add something.
I know he's got to add something.
I did. I said something in the beginning.
He did.
Well, anyway.
He's like, oh, shit, I'm wrong. Move on. The wheel. So, wait, let me add the names. Fuck.
So, Okada and Kevin Owens move on. This is probably the most accomplished, or like the team that could probably have the most, the best teamwork. Well, that's been added so far today.
Yeah, Battle Bull's looking really stacked.
Yeah,
we have some good guys in there. Like that, like you have guys, high flyers like John Morrison,
Eddie Guerrero.
You got big guys like fucking Damian Priest, Barry Windham, and Luger. You got fucking modern stars like Okada and Kevin Owens. You got the Miz, Malenko. Like we have some really good guys in Battle Bull.
Yeah, this is really shaping up. And by the way, like we'll get to 20 today.
We'll get to 20 today, unless we do an extra one with Brett. We'll see.
Yeah.
If he makes it in time.
And then and that means we still have 40 left to put in.
Yes.
Which we're gonna do this in 2 weeks, because we promised C Goofus that we're gonna do is we're gonna watch Bad Blood 97 next week.
Yep.
Which I'm actually looking forward to. So did you forget about that?
No.
Oh.
I reminded him last week.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
See Goofus.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Look, Brett, we're going to the wheel.
I've been saying that for years.
Good, I am.
Number 4.
Match number 4 of 5, unless we do an extra one. But right now, 4 of 5. We have so many great names left on the list, from the Blue Meanie to Hulk Hogan, same caliber.
Dominic Mysterio to
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Mosh the Thrasher. Mosh the Thrasher.
We'll give it one more
Can't
shot.
forget John Cena.
You can't forget Cena. That's who Eric desperately wants. If we never pick Cena throughout this thing, he's going to get pissed.
That's all right.
Well, thanks, Doug.
No problem.
Thanks, Doug. All right. Who's up first for the Lethal Lottery?
Here we go.
I feel like Gene Okerlund, and you're that Mimi.
Fifi? Oh, boy. Hook.
I like the kid. I really liked the Jericho match, even though a lot of people said that was the worst thing on that pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I really liked the Jericho match, and I
Did you
like
put Taz on here.
he's
Yeah, he's on here.
It would be funny if he got his dad or against his dad.
I mean, definitely a possibility. Samoa Joe's on here. Jericho's on here.
You got some names on there.
Yeah.
You got some names.
Hook has potential.
I like
I just-
Hook, and he definitely can win with the right partner.
Yeah.
Let's see who's coming out next.
I just wish he had more personality.
All right, this is an interesting team. The Rock, the Magnificent Morocco.
Don Morocco, the first Rock.
Yep.
Uh,
The Beach Bum.
this is an interesting tag team. I mean, Don Morocco was a great babyface, and those two could have worked together. And when he was a heel, I don't know, maybe his tough side could work with Hook too. This is a good old school, new school team. This isn't a bad team.
No,
Yeah,
it's not.
this is a veteran and a youngster, and this could work.
It could work.
I think it could work. Yeah.
All right. You want to see who they're going up against, Eric?
Yep. Come on, Taz.
I do too.
All right. Well, let's see, Doug.
I'm rooting for
thinking he-
Taz.
Dustin Rhodes. Oh God, we're getting all the Rock. If we get the Rock next, we're gonna fit like that.
Rocco Rock, the Public Enemy.
The guys that at ECW that went. The hip-hop gimmick.
Nah. We better not get another copyright. You fucks.
You're all worried about that. That means we made it big time.
Yeah.
Fucking Triple H's trying to take us down, baby. It ain't gonna happen. We won't share another video.
The only way I'll be okay with Triple H taking us down is if he gives a pedigree to Eric.
I'd like that as well. No offense, Eric. Rocco Rock
Hey,
is a tag team, specialist. I am a bit of a fan of the Public Enemy. I would like if he gets the right partner. This match is kind of looking like the filler match of the card so far, but if Rocco Rock can get a stud, he could go over tonight.
Yeah, this is one of those like, okay, everybody, the first 3 matches were kind of good. Now it's time to pee.
This is definitely
unless he gets John Cena.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't know who I'm. I don't know who I'm voting for yet.
Yeah. With the right partner, Rocco Rock can get it done. Let's see who Rocco Rock's partner is going to be. If it's Grunge, it would be crazy. Okay.
Okay, Crash Holly.
Oddball tag team.
Very oddball.
And here's the thing. They are outmatched. They are outskilled to a point. But Crash Holly has a golden horseshoe up his ass a lot. And him and Rocco Rock, that's a fun dynamic. So, you said a filler match, but I actually think that this is going to be the most fun match on the card.
It's definitely a fun one, but a fucking weird one. And whoever booked this, holy shit. I don't know where I'm leaning yet because both teams have interesting things about them. Crash Holly and Rocco Rock are a bit on the smaller side compared to the other team.
Yeah, well, Rocco's about 6 foot. He's about 220, 225.
Crash is what, 5'4"? 5.
Crash is about
5'11".
5'7", 200.
Yeah.
Hook is about what, 6'2"?
Yeah. I'm going Rocco and Crash just because I do think it's an underdog tag team. And I kind of would like to see the potential of them in Battle Bowl. So I'm going Rocco and and Crash.
Yeah, it's a hard one for me. Don Morocco and Hook is an interesting team, and that is more of a dynamic, I think. And Morocco's on the bigger side too.
Yeah.
So he can kind of be the power of this match. Oh, and Hook's got that take no prisoners mentality.
Yep, like his dad.
What do you think, Eric?
It is hard. I think I'm leaning towards Crash and Rocco Rock. Because I do like the underdog story.
Just fucking suck Doug's knob all day.
It's about time. It's been dry for a while.
Jesus Christ.
I don't even think he can help.
He can't. He could try. I really, really like this team. But I like Hook and Morocco too. It doesn't seem like my vote fucking matters, but I'm gonna go with Crash and Rocco too, I think. And I guess we have another clean sweep.
Yeah. Just because, like, this would be probably one of the bigger upsets.
It is an upset. I would say.
We haven't had an upset yet. Oh, no, we did. No, we didn't.
I don't think we did.
No. You could have in the first one.
Well, yeah, the first one can kind of be considered an upset because Punk didn't make it through.
Yeah. And and King Kong Bundy's pretty big.
Well, that's just because he's fat.
Rocco Rock.
All right, so we've had a pretty big upset here.
Yeah. We're going into the main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I can't wait. I love these draws.
The last match of the card.
I don't like making up the list at 6:19, but did what we had to do.
And all this for Chuck Palumbo to get picked. No offense, Chuck. All right.
Well, he didn't make it through anyway, so.
That's true. All right.
If Hacksaw Jim Duggan listens to this podcast, he's going to be like, you fucking put Crash Holly and Rocco Rock through, and they're fucking going against Morocco, and you won't fucking put me through, and I'm facing, a Japanese guy and a Canadian who the Canadian fucking looks like me. Oh.
Kevin Owens and Jim Duggan do kind of, now that you said that.
Yeah.
It's kind of uncanny. All right. Let's spin the wheel.
Is this the last one?
This is the main event.
Here we
Oh,
go.
Brett shows up out of nowhere. Well, we can do one more too, maybe. Because it is only 7:30. We'll see what happens, okay?
Yeah, works
Let's
for me.
spin the wheel.
Here we go.
Come on, John Cena.
The Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. Not John Cena, by the way.
Close. Yeah. He's right there with him.
Yeah.
What do you got on the Raging Bull, Doug?
So he is territory guy, former tag team partner of Rick Rude, who's already made it to Battle Bowl, by the way.
Yeah.
Classic battles with Abdullah the Butcher. Made a good name for himself in Japan with Bruiser Brody. And just a very rough and tough kind of guy. Also known for brutal strap matches with Wahoo McDaniel in the AWA. Just very, very tough man. And hates Wildfire Tommy Rich.
And he's in the main event.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He,
Oh my God.
he's
Is it working?
here.
He made it. All right, so we will do another matchup after this one. Welcome to the show, Brett. He's already lighting something up.
Hey,
Hold
Brett.
on, I'm having a hell of a time hearing you guys. Let me see if I can find some headphones in here.
Oh, shit.
Your earbuds.
Well, it's
All
nice
right,
to-
so I'm gonna just hold you guys up to my ear so that way I can actually hear you.
Sounds good. It's good to have Jelly. We haven't had him now that we're on YouTube. So welcome to the Wrestling Through the Years podcast. It's great to have you. He's an OG. He used to go on the pod back in the day.
Thanks for having me, guys.
3 episodes.
Well, but it was a great 3 episodes. It was the best 3 episodes. All right. Let's we're spinning the wheel here, Brett. This is what we're doing. We're doing the lethal lottery. The WCW Lethal Lottery. We have a big wheel full of 200 names. We're spinning the wheel at random, and we're getting 2 sets of tag teams. They're going to be going up against each other, and whoever wins, those 2 guys are going to be going to the Battle Bowl Battle Royal. We're going to put, we're going to get 60 names eventually. We already have 18. So that's basically what we're doing. We're going to debate, and we're all going to vote on which team wins. Okay.
All right. WCW isn't really one of my strong suits, but yeah, we'll give her a wing it.
We have guys from all, like we have Hulk, we have Cena, we have everybody.
Oh, okay.
It's not just WCW guys.
We stole the gimmick from WCW.
Yeah.
Oh hell, they stole everything else, so why not?
So there you go. First up, and I know this is an old school guy, so you might not know him as well, but the first name that got picked was the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. So
Say that again.
the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez.
Hold on, I think I lost my audio.
Jesus Christ. Well, this was a good run while we had you.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time hearing you. Hold on, let me try to rejoin.
All right. And he's gone. Brett Roll on the Wrestling Through the Years podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
This kid probably sat on
It was great to have him.
The shortest reign.
I'm kicking his ass in fantasy football right now, so that's good. Even though he's got a better record than my team, but still.
All right, so are we just going to wait for him to try to get his head out of his ass?
I was going to give him another minute.
All right.
Why not, right? It's not like this show's supposed to run smooth.
Do.
Fuck you, Eric. Don't do the Jeopardy shit.
I told you.
He isn't like, though. I mean, the audio was like Clint a little bit. Although lately, he's been very good with the audio. Clint has really done a great job.
Speaking of Jeopardy, Doug, we can do Jeopardy again.
Yeah, maybe finish that from 3 years ago. Kevin Swift is still waiting for his victory.
Yeah, but I got to find him other opponents because I don't talk to the 2 of the guys that are.
Oh, I forgot old fucking crotch rat Timmy. But all right. Brett does not seem to be coming back on. It was fun to have him for a few minutes. All right. Let's spin the wheel.
It wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be. And as the wise words of Vince in this documentary, fuck him. Who is Mandy Fernandez's opponent? Let's spin the wheel.
His partner.
Come on, John
His
Cena.
partner.
Here we go.
John Cena. Whoa.
It's Jericho. A little bit of the bubbly. No, this is an interesting tag team.
Yeah, I mean, this is 2 badass, kind of stiff workers. Jericho's got the skill. Fernandez can beat the fuck out of you. I like this team a lot.
I do too.
Manny Fernandez late in his career developed love handles. Jericho's got them now.
Yeah,
That could be the name of their team, the Love Handlers.
that would be our team if we started it. Yeah, this team could really, I think, given the right draw, these guys have a very good chance of going next.
You almost highlighted and deleted the whole thing.
I would have highlighted and deleted you.
You have Angle?
What if you goof up?
Yeah.
It's my fault.
We're going to shuffle it again.
Come on, Kurt Angle.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Let's spin the wheel. Who are they going against? We'll do one more match after this.
All right.
Come on, Kurt.
Oh my God. Oh, this is, I don't even remember writing his name. Bruiser Brody. I mean, this could be a hell of a match. This might be the
Him
main.
and Manny Fernandez could beat the shit out of each other.
Him and
Were they
Jericho.
often opponents?
Often opponents. They were good buddies.
Don't you grab my pecker?
Okay.
It's pretty big.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Often opponents. They did also team together too. They were very close friends, but I don't think that would stop them from beating the shit out of each other.
Rest in peace to both.
Rest in peace to both. Let's see who.
Manny Fernandez can't rest in peace. He's not dead.
Well, rest in peace to Bruiser Brody. I hope Manny's doing well. All right. Let's see who Bruce. I knew going with Eric would fuck me at that one. After he said it, I was like, I don't think Manny's dead, but I'm going to go with him. And he never ceases to amaze. All right, let's see who Bruiser's opponent. These past episodes have, I don't know if I like that moment better or when, who did Clinton think was Canyon last time?
Conan.
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 And he's like, who's better than Canyon? That was
Conan,
so
you
good.
idiot.
Did you turn that into a short?
Oh, dude, we should have. We didn't get rid of that one. we still could. All right. Let's see who Bruiser Brody's tag team partner is going to be when we spin the wheel.
All right.
John Cena.
Old man Rocky Johnson.
The board members, Papa. The Rock's Papa. This is Papa Rock, Daddy Rock, Rocky Johnson, the first
leader of
black
the nation.
tag team champion, right?
Yes.
Oh, not the leader of the nation. That's my bad.
Eric's firing on all cylinders today.
Yeah, and the fire's just coming out of his ass.
I got the Nasty Boys wrong earlier, though, and I still feel bad about it. Rocky Johnson is a hell of a talent. I mean, him and Bruiser Brody are a hell of a team. I mean, this is a hard one, man. This is the hardest one we've had.
So this is hard because Jericho and Manny Fernandez, I feel like, would have better teamwork,
Yes.
but Bruiser Brody would just beat the shit out of you. And Rocky Johnson can hit, great drop kick. He's got tremendous ability.
He's got finesse.
Yeah. And so that's kind of a good, mesh with Brody and Rocky Johnson. I do think Jericho and the Bull are the teamwork would be better. But I got to go with the Soul Man and Bruiser just because of, well, one, Brody's not going to do a job anyway. He won't even sell.
What do you think, Eric?
You're
You're a big Jericho guy. You love your Jericho.
I think I'm going to go with Jericho's team.
Okay, now the power is in my hands for once. I'm not just making a hinky vote. I vote for neither.
20-minute time limit draw.
All four go. No,
No,
All four go in.
I like both teams a lot. Like you said, Manny is the toughness of that side, and then you got Jericho with the technical ability, and then you got Rocky with the technical ability, and you got Bruiser Brody, who's just a badass.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to go with Bruiser Brody and Rocky Johnson. I think those two are just too much, and they'll be overwhelming to the other team.
Fair enough.
they'll just beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of these draws were really interesting, weren't they?
They were
Oh, yeah.
super interesting. This was a really fun episode. We are going to do a main event here. We're going to do a sixth. We're going to fight the curb a little bit.
Yeah, well, because this match was kind of like, I don't know if this could technically be considered a main event.
And Brett's back for the main event. Well, this could be a main event.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can
We
you hear?
heard you the entire time? The problem is you
I
couldn't
can
hear
hear.
us.
I can hear you. Not to make this sound like a Verizon commercial, but yes, I can hear you now.
Maybe we'll do a couple more. We'll see where we go.
All right, we'll see how long he can hear us.
Yeah. Because he just missed another one. All right. So far, you ready for the names that made the Battle Bowl, Brett?
Let's go. I'm ready.
These are who made it. The Miz, Dean Malenko, Rick Rude, Jimmy Garvin, Perry Saturn, Eddie Guerrero, Damian Priest, Barry Windham, Xavier Woods, the Shaman of Sexy, John Morrison, the Total Package, Lex Luger, Barbarian, Road Warrior Animal, Nasty Boy, Jerry Sags, Okada, Kevin Owens, Crash Holly, Rocco Rock, The Rock's Papa, Rocky Johnson, and Bruiser Brody.
Okay.
So we got a stacked Battle Bowl right now. We're going to go back to the wheel. We got Brett joining us to give his opinion. If it's 2-2 and it leads to a tie, then we'll take it to the Old School Wrestling Group and we'll let you guys vote. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to spin the wheel right now, Brett. Let's see who our first name is in our next match for the Lethal Lottery.
John Cena.
All right, here we go. Oh boy.
Oh, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Savio Vega under a man. Oh my god, this show's never gonna end. Because we're gonna have to
Wait,
do another one.
Is that supposed to be Omega?
Quang.
It's
Oh,
not Kenny Omega. Basically, Savio Vega.
Yeah.
Brett, you remember Savio from the Attitude Era, right?
A little bit.
But this was Quang. He was under a mask and he had the green mist.
Yes. And this is New Generation. Didn't last long. Quang is most likely not making it to the next, unless he gets a stud of a partner. I think he might be fucked. If he gets Cena, he might be okay. Let's spin the wheel. For the
I've been
love of
wanting
God.
Cena for 2 weeks.
Out of all the names, just guess a wrestling name, Brett. Who do you want to get drawn on the wheel here?
The team with Quang.
Yeah.
Just for the comic purposes of it, it needs to be Jimmy Wang Yang.
Oh my God! Eric brought him up earlier. I didn't put him on. I got to put him on the wheel now. All right, he's on. Jimmy Wang. Yeah.
Quang and Wang all the way.
All right. Wang made it. Let's shuffle. All right. Let's spin the wheel. Let's see who's teaming with Quang, ladies and gentlemen. We got a hell of a matchup here to start. Oh, Lord. I guess we're in a blank state. We're going to spin it again.
You could have just chose somebody.
Fuck off, Eric.
No, I'm just joking.
The wrestling god shut us down for adding Jimmy Wang Yang to the list.
Rick Candido.
So we got
Wow.
Sonny's partner, poor him. He is no longer with us, RIP. Also, Bonnie Donna Skip. He was in the Body Donnas in the New Generation. He went to ECW as Chris Candido and did a lot of good work with Tammy Sitz, Sonny by his side. He's known for losing the upset with Barry Horowitz. We've had Barry on the show to talk about that extensively.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is an interesting team, but a team I don't see making it into the Battle Bowl.
No.
It's gonna depend.
I mean, if we get Gilbert and somebody, they might have a shot.
Yeah.
What do you, Eddie Chris Candido thoughts, Jelly?
Not really. I don't really have too many memories of Chris Candido. I've got a couple, but not a lot. That's a lot of like the old school ECW days before my time. I don't know. Savio Vega was a great character in WWE. I don't really think the Quang gimmick, the way that Doug described it, would have been that great. It kind of sounds like a Tajiri Rey Mysterio mix-up rip-off kind of deal. I think the people that they're going up against might have this one in the bag before it even started.
Yeah.
Was Quang supposed to be an Asian character?
Yeah, they
I love it when they let's just have a Puerto Rican do it. Fuck it. That's classic WWE. All right. We got Chris Candido and Quang. Let's see who this can't be the main event. We have to do another one.
yeah.
Let's see who they're going up against. We have a lot of good names on here, Brett, I promise. All right. Okay. Big John Studd. It almost landed on Taker. We got Big John Studd, an old school legend. He was at the first WrestleMania, right?
First WrestleMania, managed by Bobby the Brain Heenan, won the second ever Royal Rumble, and could beat the shit out of these two guys by himself. He does not need a partner.
Yeah. I always loved the look with the white tights and the big red boots. And
Yeah.
I thought he was a pretty good big man that I think gets lost in history a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
6'10", 350 pounds.
Doesn't matter who his partner is. It could be Gilbert.
That's the one way Gilbert makes it into the battle bowl.
Why to be Gilbert now?
All right, Big John Studd, another one a little before your time, but you and me used to watch old shit, Brett. I know you know a little Big John Studd.
Yeah, Big John Studd. I feel like he's one of the more unappreciated big guy wrestlers, like you said. I think Big John Studd really paved the way, kind of, so to speak, alongside of Andre for the big guy persona. Because Andre, yes, not only was he a big, giant mass of a human, but he also had the brawler aspect to him. Big John Studd, to me, so seemed like the bare knuckle brawler would just pummel the hell out of you just for the joy of it, rather than to in a match or out of the match, so to speak. I see a lot of resemblances with Big John Studd and like the Big Show. I don't know if anybody else does. That's just the way that I see the Big Show's personality, kind of, with a little bit of shades of him. But yeah, like Doug said, I don't really think he needs a partner in this. I think even if you tied his hands behind his back, he'd still whoop their asses by himself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I see a little Big Show. Maybe when Big Show was the Giant first coming up, I could definitely.
Well, I would say like the early WCW version of Big Show, or like when he first came from WCW into WWE.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
When he had the big long hair and shit.
exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Let's see who Big John Studd's going to tag with. Let's spin the wheel. Spin the wheel, make a deal. Let's see who we got. I'm with Gene Okerlund here.
John Cena.
Oh my God, this is a terrible match. We have P.L. Hopper,
The wrestling plumber.
he came out with a plunger and put it on guys' faces after he beat them, which is very unsanitary. This is when people say that after Hulk Hogan left and Macho Man stopped, and like right before the Attitude Era, when they're like, "This is the worst shit ever." This is what they're talking about. It's T.L.
Like
Hopper and Quang.
This match. Still feel like John Studd can move on.
I mean, he's got a fucking janitor with him. No, if it, not that there's nothing wrong with being a
He's
custodian.
plumber.
Nice save.
He is a plumber, and there's nothing wrong with plumbing. It's a great trade. They make good money, but as a wrestling gimmick, terrible fucking. It had no business. He was very unathletic and did not work. Against the other team, though, Big John Studd is the biggest star in this.
Yeah.
I don't even know who this guy is. I never heard of him.
TL Hopper. I mean,
Yeah, I've never heard of him either.
he was the wrestling plumber. He came out with a wife beater and a fucking plunger. he would beat guys and then hit them in the face with the plunger after. It was so bad. This is like the Bastion Booger era. So
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Minus
so this is
all.
like right on par with the gobbledygooker then.
yes.
Okay.
Bad gimmick. When they talk about bad gimmicks, this is right up there with all of them. I agree. But this match sucks. I'm glad we're doing another one. Big John Studd is the biggest star, and I do think could beat the shit out of the other team. However, I think TL Hopper might get in his way. So I might have to put my vote for Quag and who was his partner?
Chris Candido.
I might have to go for Chris Candido and Quag. I think they might be able to get better chemistry, and I think they could isolate Hopper and maybe get the win. So I'm going for Quag and Candido. Brett, who's your vote going towards?
I don't really think TL Hopper would hold Big John Studd back nearly as much as you think, because let's face it, Big John Studd would beat the shit out of him too. I more so see TL Hopper trying to cost him the match and Big John Studd beating the shit out of all three of them.
He's definitely sticking the plunger up his ass.
Oh yeah.
So you're going with Hopper and Studd?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Hopper and Studd on this one, just because Big John's gonna hold it down.
All right. Doug?
Only because since we're technically leaving it up to Eric, I could see Eric fucking this up.
No, I already have mine in mind.
Who are you going with, Eric?
Yeah, we'll go
Big
to you first.
Big John Studd and TK Hopper.
All right. That's kind of where I was leaning, even though I do kind of agree with your philosophy.
Yeah, I was just trying to be different. Big John Studd fucking shits on all these guys.
No, Studd and Hopper are getting in. You want me to hold this so you can write it?
Yeah. Put them in the Battle Bowl, so they advance on to the Battle Bowl. TL Hopper, the biggest push he's ever gotten in his fucking life.
I called him TK Hopper.
TK Whopper. Or BK Whopper.
No, you got it right. Tony Khan Whopper.
All right. We're gonna do another match because we need to go out on something else.
Yeah.
Let's get a true main event of the evening. Jelly's here with us, Brett. Let's go out on a good note. Who would we like to see get picked? Eric, who would you like to see?
You already know. John Cena.
All right, Brett, who would you like to see get picked?
I'd have to say Kurt Angle.
Okay. He's definitely on there.
I'm gonna go Sting.
I want to. Those are all big names. I'd like a big name too. I'm gonna go with Brutus Beefcake. Let's see. Let's spin the wheel. Who
It'd
is
be funny if we got all four.
the first participant in the main event of the evening? Fuck. We have the Warlord. And John Cena was right there.
Do you have Wardlow in here?
Wardlow? No, I didn't put Wardlow. We got Warlord. That's who we picked.
If I asked, because it would be funny if you had Wardlow.
Jumbled the Warlord. Golden era, but not the golden part of it. He's more of a golden shower in the golden era.
Oh yeah. Nicest guy in the world.
Yeah, we met him. He's cool.
Yeah. But God, does he's horrible in the ring.
So let's see if he can get a really good partner. Let's shuffle it. We need to shuffle this wheel. Let's
Every
spin.
time we do, we draw shit.
All right, next up, we had really good draws before, but Brett's the bad luck charm. All right.
Telling you that for years.
Oh yeah, blame me for the ship sinking.
We might
They already are. Don't worry about that. Hey, out of here.
All right.
We're gonna have to do 10 matches just so we can access.
We might end up doing another one. All right. Next up, let's see who his partner is going to be. Because Warlord with a good partner could get past here.
Goldberg.
Low key. Also known as Caval in WWE when he did that shortstop when NXT was a fucking game show.
And you know what's funny? Both these guys in here, neither one of them likes to sell.
Yeah, they won't. They might have to win because they won't take the pin.
Yeah, they won't take the pin. They won't sell. They're both. Well, no, Warlord's a nice guy. Low key's just a piece of shit.
The man that has knocked somebody out in the ring because he hit him so hard and he just shoot through a knee at some guy and knocked him the fuck out.
So, yeah. Hopefully we can get them good opponents, but
All right, Brett, what's your low key thoughts? I know you know Caval and low key.
Yeah. I mean, I think Doug hit it right on the head with pretty much summing it up with a piece of shit.
Go ahead, follow Daddy.
I
Oh, yep.
To be completely honest with you, I think he's a fucking skid mark on the fucking industry. His complete lack of respect for being able to, adhere to the business and, sell, take a fall. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of those people that thinks the business is above him and the business is above nobody.
Exactly.
I agree with all you guys. To push back a little, Low Key has had some tremendous matches.
well,
In Ring of Honor and TNA, he has torn the house down with your AJ Styles and your Christopher Daniels and your Kazarian.
Well, yeah, of course, in Ring of Honor and TNA, subpar companies, but he couldn't cut it on the big stage because of his ego.
Because of his ego, and also Vince sees a little guy and he says underdog. And
Yeah.
Well,
Low
yeah.
Ki is not an underdog. Low Key needs to be presented as like kind of a badass, like a little Bobby Lashley is kind of how you need to present him. He's not a Rey Mysterio, and that's kind of what Vince wanted to do, and it was never going to work.
Nope.
But that's Low Key. We got Low Key and Warlord. Let's see if they get their asses kicked. We're spinning the wheel.
Come on, Brothers of Destruction.
Well, close.
Gino Hernandez.
We will be another main event for Brett. If Brett can stay on the line. Gino Hernandez, world-class legend. This is before, I know it's before Brett's time, and I don't think Eric was watching back then, but a world-class legend. One of the true heels. I think he paved the way for a lot of guys. He lived that rich lifestyle. He was kind of the cocky douchebag. He was so good at it. He got taken out with a mob hit.
Yeah.
In real life. So he lived the gimmick, and him and Chris Adams as a team was great. Him feuding with Chris Adams was great. Gino Hernandez was truly a generational talent and another part of the tragedy of world class because he could have done some great shit.
So he wait a minute. He legitimately got taken out by the mob.
Yeah.
That's the belief.
Well, he got murdered. That's all anybody really knows. He was found dead.
Gotcha.
Oh, really? But
That I
was
knew.
common theory. So I'm gonna have to give it. Oh, wait, no, he has another one.
He needs a partner.
Let's give Gino a partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan.
I feel like Pat Sajak. Scotty Too Hottie. This is an interesting match.
That's an
This
interesting.
is a very interesting match.
You got Gino and Scotty Too Hottie, and you got Warlord and
Low key. Warlord is not going to sell for Scotty.
no, and neither is Low Key. Low Key's gonna try to knock him out in the ring.
Yeah. I do like the prospect of Scotty Too Hottie and Gino working together.
I think they're a better team, honestly.
They're a
I-
better team.
I'll agree with that.
So I'm just gonna say screw it, and I'm gonna make a little bit of a shove to push them through.
Okay, there you go. Doug's the booker here. Scott, well, because Scotty Too Hottie, you
Well,
can
I'm putting
really.
my vote in.
I know you're putting your vote, in, but he can. It's easy to be like, oh, that's the guy with the spiky hair that did the worm. but Scott Taylor was really good in the ring.
Exactly.
And he could put out a pretty good match. And he was a hot part of the Attitude Era. And at a time where, you know, the hottest stars in the business, Austin Rock, and all the eyeballs are on WWE television, this guy's going out there and dancing and shucking it, and the crowd fucking loves it. And him and Grandmaster Sexy were a fun tag team. He knows his tag team stuff. Gino knows his tag team stuff from working with Chris Adams. I'm going to go for these two as well. Brett, what do you think?
I'll agree.
Okay.
Clean sweep.
I'll agree with you. I'll agree with you on the whole Scotty 2 Hotty and Gino pick. I mean, Scotty 2 Hotty is one of my favorite Attitude Era wrestlers. As a performer overall, I think he was hindered by having to work with Lawler's kid. Although I think he took the opportunity that was given to him and ran with it the best that he could. If you ask me my personal opinion based off of in-ring and out-ring, I think he was the highlight to the tag team that he had with Grandmaster Sexy and even with Rikishi to that fact. I don't think Rikishi really took over the spotlight role for that tag team in comparison to Scotty. Scotty could get the crowd going, you know, as soon as you heard the turn it up come over the loudspeakers, and as soon as he started getting hyped up in the match and the worm started going, you had everybody in that arena, man, woman, kid, didn't matter. They all were on their feet and into the matchup.
Yep. Couldn't have said it
I
better.
agree completely. That's a hell of a point.
So, all right. So we're all in agreement that Gino and Scotty 2 Hotty are moving on.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Scotty 2 Hotty and Gino have made it to the Battle Bowl. Congratulations, gentlemen. I know it's a huge honor.
4-game sweep.
And R.I.P. Gino. We're going to do one more match with Brett's here. Who, no matter the draw, whoever we get, if it's Gilbert and fucking Mike Sanders versus Funaki and me, we're still going to do it. This is
going to be the last one.
This is the last one. This is the true main event of the evening. Brett's here. Eric's here. Me and the bald fella are here. We're going to spin the wheel. Let's see who is the first member of the main event.
But if it's really bad, then we have to do another one.
No, fuck
Yeah.
that. No. This is the last one.
Okay.
We'll be here all night.
I don't mind.
He's a warrior. All right. Okay. Claudio, looking pretty good so far. This is a good draw.
One of my favorites.
You can put him in a main event and it works. What do you think of Cesaro, Brett?
Again, you know, kind of the same thing with Scotty. I think Cesaro was put in a very tough spot with his gimmick. The Swiss strongman, kind of, you know, the Swiss cyborg, whatever the hell you want to call him. He kind of had to, you know, go out on a limb and, you know, make that gimmick work. There isn't really much to work on as far as gimmick wise that I've seen with him. He's just one of those guys that can come out regardless of what night it is, put on a solid show, punch you in your mouth, and end up putting you on your back. He had a great tag team with Sheamus. Regardless, I don't think whoever he has as a tag team partner is going to be able to hinder him at all. Just all around solid worker. And again, I'd have to say, you know, probably one of the better people to see I've seen come through the picks so far since I've been on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you missed the first few minutes. I mean, we had a few good ones till you got here.
Yeah, we had CM Punk earlier. He didn't make it though, which is crazy. Eric.
Drew would be so happy.
He's back in there like, Eric, you're a big fan of Cesaro.
Yes. He can team up with anybody because he's just that good in the ring. He was underutilized in somewhat WWE, and he's being underutilized in AEW right now too.
Yeah. He's always
He-
underutilized, but I've seen him live. He is a great worker. He is so fun.
Former two-time ROH champion.
Yes. In tag team. One of and that's the thing that about this for the Battle Bowl, he's the best tag team wrestler, one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Brett said with Sheamus, but also with Chris Hero and Ring of Honor, the Kings of Wrestling was awesome. We the People with Jack Swagger. That shit really worked. So
Don't
Cesaro,
get me started because I'm gonna sing that.
he even did something with Tyson Kidd. So he's a great tag team wrestler. Let's spin the wheel.
Oh, he had a great match with Sami Zayn in his debut. I remember that.
And there goes the main event.
Never heard of it.
You know, Mikey, he's the guy at ECW that he was ECW champion, and he's the one that he was like the average looking dude that never got an offensive move in. You don't
See,
remember
the way
him?
you just described him, the first person that I could think of the way with that description is like a Colin Delaney.
Yeah, he was like the Colin Delaney he was of the original ECW. He was.
He was the guy who Cactus Jack had to pick a partner to go against Public Enemy, and he just picked Mikey out of the blue.
I forgot about Colin Delaney. That was a hell of a fight. He's not on the wheel. Mikey Whipwreck, him and I remember him and Mick Foley Cactus tagging together, and I remember they had to go against Public Enemy, and it was Public Enemy, right?
I just said that.
Oh, are you doing the He Likes It? Did you do the He Likes It?
No, I didn't say the promo. Yeah,
Oh, okay, so when they did that, and fucking he tried to step on my shit. He fucking Cactus is like Mikey likes it. He likes the pain. He really likes it. And Mikey's like, I'm going to die. And he's so scared. And Cactus is like, he likes it. That's the one thing I really remember. But those two, this could be a good tag team. I think Cesaro's going to have to do the heavy lifting, though.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Eric, you're an ECW guy. Mikey Whipwreck is an ECW former champion. So, Philadelphia, what do you think?
He's one of the wrestlers I don't know too much about, but
Okay.
I think he's a good partner for Cesaro.
All right,
I heard of him, but not.
Well, at least you heard him. Let's see who they're going up against in the main event of the evening. John Cena.
Sheamus.
Okay.
All right, this could be interesting depending on who his partner is.
Yes.
Jimmy Snuka. I mean, he is
WWE
main event.
legend.
We've seen him live too. He was definitely past the prime when we saw
Oh,
him at an indie show. But Superfly is the man. One of the better babyface in history. Yes, a very checkered past, but as
Legend.
far as a performer, he is a legend. Eric's right. What do you think of Jimmy Snuka, Brett?
I mean, there isn't really much to say about Superfly that he hasn't already said for us. I mean, the dude could do it all. High flying, brawler type stuff. I mean, he just, again, an overall solid performer. I think the real highlight of the match so far is going to be Snuka and Cesaro by far. But I think Jimmy could really complement the match style of Cesaro, with Cesaro being able to pretty much, do anything as the cyborg athlete in him. I think Jimmy Snuka's ability and athleticism and overall ring knowledge would pair really well with somebody like Cesaro as an opponent.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, it's a great take. I agree. Jimmy Snuka and him coming off the cage with Morocco. We talked about Morocco earlier. That's the best moment with both of them. And the coconut with Roddy Piper.
Who can forget the coconut with Piper?
You can't forget it.
Superfly is one of the original high flyers.
I would agree with that. Let's see who his partner is. Let's spin the wheel for the final time of the evening.
We hope.
Come on, Rey Mysterio.
No, we're
That
done.
would be perfect.
Oh, that's a great way to end.
You will not.
Have had their battles in a cage.
And he fought. He came off the cage on Backlund too, didn't he? But Backlund got out of the way.
Backlund moved.
Yeah.
So he missed the splash in that. So
There's some history between these two.
So there's a little bit of history here. So good way to kind of end the.
Yeah, this is a good main event. Bob Backlund is a former WWE champion. He's a legend. He was like the last champion of the old days before Hogan. And when he came back, it was the heel of the new generation and put the crossface chicken wing on Bret Hart and won the title again. And then Diesel beat him in fucking 8 seconds in Madison Square Garden. Like, Backlund is a legend of the sport, and him and Jimmy Snuka, I think, may be a little bit too much for the other team.
A little bit
Yes.
too much for the other team. Can they get along? But I think Backlund and Snook are also crazy enough to where even if they can't get along and they'll take their shots at each other, they're still going to have a handle. And Mikey Whipwreck's screwed.
Yeah.
I can actually see Cesaro walking out on him.
Yeah. The real question is, can Cesaro carry Mikey Whipwreck through this? What do you think, Brett?
Well, wasn't Bob Backlund, didn't he also do I can't remember what they're actually called, but didn't he do the Sheik's challenge with the clubs too? Wasn't he the only one to complete that?
The Persian clubs, yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you guys on being able to, basically wipe the fucking floor with Mikey Shipwreck. Cesaro's going to be the tough one out of this team for them two to tangle. And if they can't coincide with each other, I don't know if they can overcome Cesaro, even with having somebody like Shipwreck on his team. A lot of things that people don't take into account with Cesaro is the mind games and the physical mind games that he plays in the matchup. He'll beat you down, and the whole entire time he's beating you down, he's got the ability to taunt you so much to get into your own head to the point where you're even questioning yourself before you're able to get back up on your feet. I think if he's able to get into the head of Snuka and Backlund, that could cause some even more downward spirals for them. I'm gonna have to give this one to Cesaro and Shipwreck.
I'm right there with Brett. Right there.
Nothing was said right in the last 10 seconds. Brett called him Shipwreck. You just called Brett Rick.
Hey, I call him Shipwreck because that's obviously what his career must have been.
Yeah. He didn't do well in WCW.
No, not at all.
He didn't do well.
No, I called him Brett.
You called him Rick. I heard it. All right.
Sorry, Rick.
So okay. Brett made his vote. Did anyone else pure vote yet?
Yes, Cesaro and Rick Rat.
I'm going Backlund and Snuka.
I'm agree. Unfortunately, that puts us at a tie, and we're at the fucking end of the show.
We're gonna.
So, we have to put the fucking.
That's a pure main event right there. We'll end it on a draw. We'll do it Dusty Finn. We'll put the tiebreaker in the old school wrestling group, and we'll let the people decide. We'll give them a few days, and we'll let the people decide. And since the group is called Old School, well, it's called Wrestling Through the Years now, but it's a lot of old school fans in there. So I have a feeling Backlund and Snuka might be on the right side of history here.
Yeah,
but we'll post that in a couple groups. We'll do a vote. This was a hell of a main event.
Yeah.
This was a hell.
Eric, are you going to take care of that?
Yeah, just send me the names and I'll post it. We can do it for until Monday.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
we can set it up tomorrow. It doesn't have to happen right now. But we'll put it in the poll. We'll have people vote. This was a fun lethal lottery, guys.
Yeah. This was pretty good. I hate the fact that the final match ended on a tie, but I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. And the other two have the right for their vote.
Oh, no, I'm not saying they don't have a right for their vote. I think they're both complete idiots.
I'm biased. So
Well, yeah, you're a biased idiot.
Eric had to go with Rick.
No, here's where I'll stick up for him, and trust me, it makes me sick. But he wasn't calling Brett Rick. He was mispronouncing Mikey Whipwreck. He was calling him Shipwreck.
All right. Well,
So Eric is still stupid, but he wasn't calling Brett by the wrong name. He
He's
was
just stupid
That's
in a
not very
different
nice.
nice. All right, guys.
You've given me enough ammo today.
This was the Wrestling to the Years podcast. SmackDown's on. We'll see everybody next week. Brett, it was great having you, and you're always more than welcome.
I'll see you tomorrow.
When Tunes Combine tomorrow, make sure to check it out, 7 p.m. What's the cartoon on hand?
Cops
and
and
Wildcats.
Wildcats.
There you go. We got the Bro Down on Monday and the
got it
Stabcast on
right.
Sunday. Make sure to check us all out. Brett, again, thanks for joining us. We'll see everybody next time.
All right.
Later, Brett. Later, Doug. Later, Dan.
Later.
Later.
Much love.
Brett, you know we're leaving, right?
Yep.
All right. See you, bro.